evening. Thank you for calling.
Mahiyain, pero wala raw siyang stage fright. Huwag mo na, Anton. Let's call in, also joining us tonight, let's call in your parents. Proud parents. Let's call in Joyce and Robert Ignacio. Hello! Picture muna, tayo muna kayo dyan, please. Anton, joined by his parents, Joyce and Robert. Look here first, this side. And on the other side, please. Alright, thank you, have a seat. Also joining us tonight is the Vice President of JSAP, or the Jet Sports Association of the Philippines, Mr. Paul Del Rosario.
He's also a previous world champion.
There you go. Also a world champion, 3-time world champion. Another photo op, everyone have a sir, with Paul this time. Let's look here first on this side. Paul, look here this side. There you go. Yan. And then other side. Okay, let's have a seat. Kwentuhan na tayo. Okay, Robert, bati muna tayo sa ating mga friends from the press here.
Thank you very much to all of you. I know it's been a rainy day, a stormy day, but still, nandito po kayo. Maraming salamat po sa inyong presence and support para sa ating champion rider.
Yes, Joyce, please.
Hi, good evening. First of all, we appreciate your time and effort to come, like my husband said, despite the bad weather. So I hope you all stay safe and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joyce. Paul.
Thank you for having me here to National. And congratulations, Michael. Thank you for everyone coming here to support Anton this time.
All right. So, before we call in our friends from the press to ask their questions, siguro yun sa parents muna, no? Parang when did it all start? Because looking at Anton, he's so young, and then I was reading the achievements at 13, and champion na siya. Diba? The youngest champion. When did it all start? The passion for jet ski. And why jet ski of all sports? Pwede naman basketball, volleyball, or anything like that. What's with jet ski? Robert, go na.
Well, going back in the 90s, kami nila po. Well, mas senior ako Philippines. I was also a national champion of jet ski in the Philippines. Ako, I represented the Philippines in the World Finals in Lake Havasu back in 1997. But unfortunately, I was from 25 up. Pero, yun, and then si Anton, like in Australia, we have a beach house in Mindoro.
Okay.
When he was still, I think, 12 or 11, Parang, and then we got a old jet ski. Bumili kami ng jet ski for old guys. So, siya nagsisiling na doon. Sabi ko pa, Anton, you ride a jet ski. Ayaw, umiiyak.
Ilang taon yan?
Was yung 11,
Okay, 11 years old.
So, umiiyak. Dahil magsisiling na lang siya, takot siya mag-ride ng jet ski. Dahil pagka, makakibis ang tao. Sabi ko, hindi, promise pa, magkano ka. Hindi ka parang ikot. Ang ganda-enjoy niya, gawa nga, sabi niya, kung pwede mo mag-drive, sige, drive ka, hindi ako sa likod.
Okay.
And then, after yan, nagustuhan, the following day, mag-isa na siya
Bilis, ha?
Okay. After 1 week, nag-option ako, punta doon sa kabilang island, pabalik. Sabi ko, pwede ito. Sabi ko, so, we got in his first race ski in Australia. And then, fortunately, merong race ang JSAP noon. And I still have friends in JSAP since I used to be a JSAP rider. So, sinali ko siya.
Right.
I think the first race was in Tacloban.
Okay.
Tacloban. There was an invitation in Tacloban. And then, sumali siya doon. At first, talagang ganda, malakas sa loob. No? Malakas sa loob niya. But then, he missed the buoy. Kasi once you miss the buoy,
That's it.
ano yun, one lockdown ka.
Mahihirapan ka ng
Mahirap. So, pagbalik niya ng shore, parang sabi niya, pinikwento na lang niya pagbalik niya ng shore, parang nag-rejoice. Bakit parang hindi sila masaya eh? First place ako, di ba? Tapos sabi namin, we miss the buoy. So I started crying. Sabi namin, ganyan talaga yan. This is racing, you learn from it.
That's the part of the journey.
That's part of the journey. Yung kasi sabi namin, this is racing, not all the time, you win.
Right. Okay, so Robert, ikaw may background ka kasi with jet ski. Si Joyce naman, I wanted to know, ano yung reaction ng mother nung nalaman niya na the son is into jet ski now?
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, the first time that my husband Robert asked me sasali ko sa race for the tatlo, I was super nervous.
Okay.
I said, we only have one child and it's a very dangerous sport. So I don't know what to do. But he said, hindi, tayo lang ganyan. So I think when he progressed and started racing, I gave more trust and faith that he will not get into any accident.
Right.
Because Anton is a safe driver.
Right.
So, but I was really nervous.
Yung sinasabi mo was about the race.
Yeah.
What I'm curious, yung sinakwento ni Robert na unang sakay niya, tapos nag-offshore ka agad. Ano yung kinanap mo ba? Pinagalitan mo ba?
Actually, natuwa.
Ano to ka? Are you also into jet ski?
I also, for fun. I go offshore, like that. Natuwa ako kasi he was so afraid. He was saying he just wants to swim in the pool. And all his cousins were trying to ski.
Okay.
And then when he started trying it out, he didn't want to give turns to his cousins anymore. He was just trying it out after.
Right.
So I said, gusto niya nga talaga.
Nasa na yan, nagustuhan na niya, di ba? Now it's time to hear from ikaw na magkwento. Nagkwento na ng papa mo. How did it feel like riding it for the very first time?
Riding it for the very first time, I was still super scared because, as my dad said, I just wanted to swim in the swimming pool. And then when eventually during that week, when I was able to go to the island by myself, that's when I started to feel like maybe I could race and yeah.
Naramdaman mo kaagad na, uy, pwede to. I want this kind of sport.
Yes, I have that feeling.
Feeling na kaagad. So, you didn't try other sports anymore? Hindi ka na interested? O ito lang? Kasi I learned you wanted boxing also?
That I boxed for my cross training, but I used to be on football varsity.
Pero dito ka na nag-focus?
Yes, yes.
Parang gusto mo na i-continue yung legacy ng father mo. Okay, let's start. Time to hear our friends from the press to ask their questions. Anton, can I borrow for a while?
Okay, so if you want to ask a question, please approach the mic, mention your name and the media outlet you represent. Richard, ikaw na volunteer ko muna. Richard is from, alam ko yun, Lionheart TV.
Ayun, congratulations, Anton. Actually, yung question ko sa'yo, paano nabuo sa isip mo na ito yung gusto mong tahaking, parang career na rin to kahit ito yung sinimulang mong sports eh. And ano yung feeling na parang binabandera mo yung bandera ng Pilipinas sa ibang bansa?
Alam mo kung saan siya nanggagaling? Because when you're a teen, ang daming distractions, ang daming pwedeng gustong gawin. Paano mo na zero in sa jet ski and now it's a career?
I feel like this feeling for me started during my first race when my dad was saying that I thought I was first but I missed the buoy.
Challenge ka.
Yeah, that feeling for me was a good experience because after that race it wanted me to work harder and do better in other races. And every race I join, even till this day, I still get that feeling that I need to work on something and improve on something.
Yung second question niya is being
Ano
a
yung feeling
career.
din flat career?
Being a career. So career na siya now.
this has been really fun for me. Aside from it being challenging, I enjoy every moment. And
And curious lang ako kasi syempre at early age nagsimula ka dito. May mga parang mga bagay na kailangan hindi gawin. Ano bang term doon? Parang hindi kailangan gawin just to pursue this and all this.
Or sacrifices.
Sacrifices.
Yun ang gustong tanong ni Richard. What if friends, parang ganyan, other gimmicks, gano'n. Sige, kwenta ka.
so, during the times I had more races, which is this year and 2 years ago, I had to sacrifice, time with family, friends, and also going out, But also, a big factor is I had to miss school and stuff like that also.
Pero okay ka naman ngayon. As in, wala ka naman pinagsisisihan from this.
No, for me, all of this was worth it. All the hard work and sacrifices.
Congratulations, Anton.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
May na-mention si Anton. You're next from GMA7, sige. But may na-mention ka na you had to wake up to training.
Yes.
All I wanted to ask, ano ba ang discipline ng isang jet ski racer?
Yan ang talaga dapat tanungin.
Meron bang workout yan? Ano ba yung kailangan?
It's medyo wala siya compared to other motorsports, just like motocross. It's very physically driven. There's no suspension to take the beating and pay your riding muscles natin. There's no brake levers, so the body has to handle the G-forces upon acceleration.
Okay.
So it's very advantageous that they be really shaped like Anton is.
Right.
A lot of cardiovascular activities and for overhead.
May hingal din siya.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's physically demanding as well. Just
Ang
like
kalaban
that.
mo is the buoyancy,
Besides competitors, you have the elements in the weight
Weights.
conditions, G-forces from the turns,
right.
from the acceleration and the braking also.
So, sa buong katawan niya, ano yung pinakakailangan maganda? Core?
Or it'll be good. Pretty much all body.
Para full pa.
Full body rin talaga. Four arms, di ba? Kailangan matatag yung kamay mo.
So you have to consider, kiddo's age and how much dedication and commitment that he's been doing just for the physical preparation also
Okay.
too.
Okay.
And that means a lot seeing someone as young as him is committed also.
Last na lang. I'm curious. Marami ka bang sunblock sa bahay?
Yes.
No, kasi you're a jet ski racer. You're so tan, di ba? Pero, go ahead. Ano ba? Yun ba ang pinaka-importante?
Lotion.
Yeah, like a lot in the house. Yeah.
We stock one.
Grabe talaga.
Lahat kasi kami, di lang siya.
Oo.
Everybody uses the lotion. And,
Sunblock.
sunblock ay,
na siya ng lotion.
Oo nga. Baka naman yung mga endorsements niya. Pwede na kay Anton. Let's have GMA7.
Hello, good evening. Ako po si Darlene from GMA. Gusto ko lang itanong kay Anton, can you take me back to the moment when you clicked na you snag the world champion, yung title? What was going through your head? What were you feeling?
that feeling when I crossed the finish line, it's a feeling that will forever stick with me because more than the win, I feel like I made a lot of people proud back home. And I know that I've been working hard for that, practicing every week, and that was really a good moment for me.
Since ikaw nga yung parang youngest champion in history sa Philippines sa pagdating sa jet ski, meron bang kumbaga feeling of, I don't wanna say isolation, pero niche kasi siya hindi siya isang sport na
Mainstream.
mainstream na parang maririnig mo sa mga bata or mga tao like your age na gusto nilang pasukin. So, meron bang ganun na parang you feel like it should be more well known or meron ka bang ganun passion gusto mo siya i-share?
May pagka-social kasi yung jet ski. Wala naman kami jet ski sa bahay. Pwede kami bumili ng bike. But, jet ski.
Very expensive.
Magkano ba jet ski? Magkano ba jet ski?
It's It's about 1.5 to 2 million.
Si Coach
Isang kotse na.
Okay, yung ganda yung question ni Darlene.
Gets pa po yan.
Do you have that advocacy in mind right now to make this sport a lot more familiar and well known to kids?
I want to spread the word and show people that this sport is worth trying because it's really fun, and I've seen like the younger generation, they're getting really good at it, so I feel like there's hope and the sport will get bigger.
If I can add to that.
Yes, please.
If I can add to that, kasi, you know, now with the Justice Association of the Philippines, we have a program that we really encourage kids to start at a young age. You know, syempre pag yung kids nag-start sila sa sport at a young age, natututo sila maging discipline, maging determined, maging talagang competitive and you know, to fight in life also. Ganito kasi yung program sa Thailand. Sa Thailand, this is a really big sport. That in Thailand, once you start 8 years old, tapos umpisa na yan. Yung mga umpisa na 8 years
Where
old.
did they do it? Phuket?
Some in Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Marami sa mga lake doon around Thailand. So, sila from 8 years old, they progress pataas. And sila, pag nag-champion sila sa Thailand, sinasagot ng government yung school nila. As of the moment, I would say Thailand is number 1 in the sport worldwide. I think next to the United Arab Emirates. Iba-ibang divisions naman. Pero yung mga Thailanders talaga, since they have a program to start from the young ones to the old ones. Yan ang and that's the thing that JSAP wants to encourage kids to join. So we need sila, Anton, to, you know, to parang encourage sila.
Right.
At gayahin sila ng mga bata. Well, of course, with JSAP, Justice Association of the Philippines, ang unang kailangan gawin dyan is yung safety ng rider. You have to remember, this is one of the most dangerous extreme sport there is. Imagine running at 100, 120 kilometers an hour on the water without any brakes.
No breaks.
So pagka merong mag-cut lang sa'yo dyan, marami na mga fatalities doon. Kaya sila Paul and JSAP, very strict sila when it comes to safety, when it comes to yung organizing the races and everything. Kaya we really encourage kids to join JSAP. Ngayon, we have kids now na magagaling, trying kids sila sa yung mga next in line that will be taking this program.
Sorry, last na lang. Pag-iisahin ko na lang sa inyo po, Sir Robert, and kay Miss Joyce, kung ano yung feeling, kung ano tumakbo sa isip nyo nung nanalo na siya ng world title, and additional na lang kay Sir Robert, na yung feeling na same sport kayo na ina-enjoy na.
I'll let you answer first para kasi
Actually, last year, Anton won last year for novice division. But you know what, every year, we make it a point that we don't get class. Because every year, there are new riders or maybe just past opponent became better or whatever, or their skis are different, so it's the rider and also the jet ski. So we never became complacent about his practices, and I'm always reminded. So going back to your question, what is the feeling this year? It's still a total surprise because it's a different division. I was in fact hesitant for him to join because I said, why? Parang baka hindi pa niya kaya. So nung nanalo siya, parang nakatingin sila sa akin. Sabi nila, sinabi na kaya na. So, of course, I was so happy. In fact, I was crying. It was almost sure na si last lap na, but they were all celebrating. I'm like, still praying. Kasi baka may mangyari pa eh. So when he did, you know, I said, thank you, Lord. And my husband, he got sugat sa tuhod. Kasi puro late siya. Napalugod daw siya. So may sugat siya dito. So we're all like, so we're all crying. And it's a best feeling. So, yeah, yun.
Robert.
As for me, kasi magkaiwalay kami nung time na yun eh. He was in Afghanistan, I was going back to catch him sa tech inspection. So, I was watching him cross the finish line. Na-stuck ako dun sa pit tent ng Cambodia, Germany.
Yung
Tapos,
kalaban niya.
yung mga kalaban niya. So, when he crossed the line, napanood nila ako, I have our flag with me. So I was just waving our flag. And syempre I was crying and nakita ko kung gaano yung hirap, yung determination ni Anton, yung preparation pa lang nito. This is a 1-year preparation, yung pagturo ng kanyang mga mentors sila Paul, every time we practice in Bulacan, in Subic, ganun na lang talaga nila binabantayan. And talaga yung practice niya, parang lahat yun dumating sa akin eh, nangyari siya. Dahil talagang worth it na. Siyempre yung gastos, yung lahat ng parang nawala lahat yun. Dahil we at least, once again, we brought pride to the Philippines, we brought pride to the family, and also yung association namin. Kaya I was speechless. Talagang it's beyond words yung aking nararamdaman. Then, like sabi nga ng wife ko last year naman na iba yung feeling ngayon. Kasi talagang you're competing against the best of the best sa kanya-kanyang basa. So, pinakita niya na that he can do it. It was actually nerve-wracking dahil if I may just share, yung first moto niya, first race, he was first place. And then we made a mistake on the second moto to choose a different position on the pole position. So, with that, nag-second place siya. So sabi namin, on the third and last moto, this is a do or die. So, all of us are nervous, syempre, dahil, bangga, bahala na, diba? Just do it. Do it for your country. So, we had to stay beside the number one. Nung nag-go, talagang lakasan daw ay nakita ko sa GoPro niya eh. So talagang, sila, it was a safe thing. Kasi sila mga pro riders sila, so alam na nila kung anong danger sa hindi. And then, nung paglabas ng first turn na gano'n, he was first. And then yung first nung second moto was number 6. So everyone was jumping na. Our teammates from Cebu, ganyan. Eh syempre hindi ka pa makapag-rejoice dahil, this is a machine, anything can happen. But then on the last lap, talagang sabi ko parang para sa kanya. So I was so happy that kung tuloy-tuloy na nagkuhan mo, medyo relax ka. Pero ito, okay naman.
Okay, before I call in Cesar, we'll ask the next question. Ano ba na-scratch ka na ba? Sorry, gusto na namin malaman. Kasi parang, nakita namin yung video kanina, parang you were doing it so, easily. Parang breeze lang sa'yo eh. Nagkaroon na ba ng nag-smell lang ka or something?
Share, please.
During the race, I haven't really fell or pumped anyone like in a bad way. But during practice, one time in Talibana, I was making a turn, and then I flew off, and then I
Tagalog tumilapon.
Tapos nag-backflip ako mga 5 or 6 times. That was really bad. But during the race, not yet.
Is swimming required? Magaling ka dapat lumangoy.
Not necessarily, since you have an FS already.
Okay.
But better if you know how to swim.
Alright. Cesar, go ahead.
Yung question ko po for Sir Robert or Sir Paul, kung sino man po. Kumusta po ang jet ski community right now dito sa Philippines?
Malaki ba?
Gaano po siya kalawak? Ilan po yung mga, kumbaga, reach po nito sa mga ages na brackets? Tapos, saan po yung pinaka-main, kasi Siargao, we know for surfing. Parang saan po yung pinaka-main po ng jet ski community dito sa Philippines?
our Vice President, Paul.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I was the former vice president, which is Sir Bombay right here. It's a very interesting question. It's basically, kung may jet ski capital lang siguro sa Pilipinas, I would say it's within the Luzon area because sa atin. And then we're divided into three major regions, as you know, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Sa Visayas, we have the Cebuanos who are very active. And then we have the people from Mindanao, the people from Jensan and Davao, who are very fast, strong riders as well, besides Anton. And two of our world champions here are from Luzon also. And we have a very promising young list of riders also from Mindanao. And finally, with the help of Sir Bombet here, as the new Vice President, he's as well inducting and bringing back Cebu, part of JSAC, and the Cebuanos have their own prestigious association, which is also very highly respectable. Pero Sir Bombet and President Hardy David, they want to include everybody, because every Filipino should be part of it, and you should expect the sport to grow in the country next year because of our open minds.
Sir, do you have something to add on that?
You're the current Vice President.
He is the great, but I'm very calm.
Oh, okay.
So, well, to your question, marami kasi yung like our races here in Luzon. Like last year, we had our races in Subic Bay. In Subic Bay. But now I think we will be doing all over. We'll be having one here in Luzon, one in Cebu, and one in General Santos area, Jensan area. Kasi marami din mga riders. As a matter of fact, one of our teammates, which girl, Christine Mercado, got second also in the World Finals. And then yung kanila isang teammate, si Angelo Ventus, got the World Championship also.
Ilan po silang Pilipino doon sa...
This is the biggest. This is the biggest team this year, 2024. I think there are 13 riders.
Siya po yung pinaka...
He won the Pro-Am 1100. Si Angelo Ventus, champion of the 1800 novice. He's also a world champion. And then there's Cody Pontino, which is third place on the stand-up division. And then si Christine Mercado for the women's division naman.
Ano po yung sumunod sa kanya? Anong bansa?
Cambodia.
Okay.
And then Germany.
Then sir, last na lang po kay Anton. Paano mo nababalance yung sport mo, sport career mo, saka sa studies mo, that you're getting media arts, no? Magkalayo kasi yung mundo nun eh. Paano nagagawa mo? Kumusta ang stand mo sa education ground mo?
I'd say I balance it pretty well. I focus on the sport, but also I never forget to do well in my studies. But for this race, unfortunately, I had to miss school, and due to the time difference, it was also hard to keep up. So now that I'm back, I'm catching up with school, and it's going well naman.
Pero ano ka, school-based ka o home-based ka?
School-based.
Talaga pumapasok.
Yes.
Pero
What's your course?
Media and arts.
Pero paano pag a-absent ka because of you have a laban, you have training? Kasi di ba hindi lang makukuha niya sa araw eh.
We submit an excuse letter to the school.
I thought
Naiintindihan naman po.
Yes.
You
Some
got
of them.
also some incentives sa school or scholarship because of your
No, not really.
some school.
UANP, University of Asian Pacific.
Thank you po.
He's the principal. Oh! No, joke lang. Kinabahan si Anton, no? Kinabahan si Anton, no? He's the principal. Okay, we have a question here. Okay. Wait. Gumagano ba to? Yung wait lang.
Okay na mag-mic, okay na.
You want to be
Okay.
first?
Okay, good evening, Doc Peras, Pop Sports School ng PH, and one of those na nag-cover nga ng pagkapanalo nga ni Anton Ignacio, one of the biggest supporters na ng jet ski, our page Sports School ng PH. Unahin natin si Sir Anton,
gaano ka ba kapreparado para dito sa competition na ito? Ano ba yung naging mindset ninyo during the race? And of course, alam natin, dito ang first time na makapag-compete internationally, pero sanay ka na sa pag-compete nga against sa toughest rivals dito.
Mindset.
My mindset this race was not different from the others. I'd say I still stayed humble because even though I won last year, I still don't put that in my head, and I always strive for more. And also, the preparation for this was very hard because I was practicing every week also.
And of course, ano ba yung naging improvements sa inyo during the race? And what's your description about dun sa top competition na naranasan nyo during this race? And eventually, ikaw ang nanaig sa ating mga world rivals po.
Improvements first.
Improvements at of course yung description sa top competition na yun during the race.
During the first races I raced, I noticed that I was slow on the starts. So once you're slow on the starts, that really kind of sums up your whole race. So if you have a bad start, then
It sets the tone.
yes. So after those few races, I made sure that my starts were good, and then that's what worked out.
Yung second question niya.
Okay, and then yung description, improvements in description nga pala doon sa top competition against those na nakalaban nyo on your group.
How would you describe your competitors?
Those riders are the best of the best, and the guy who won second actually almost beat all the categories in the World Finals. So he's really good, and it's an honor to go against those guys because they really put in the work.
Okay, last question kay Anton bago may pasa kay champion na Paul De Rosario. Anton, nakita natin marami tayong mga jet ski racers na promising, na nanalo sa international competitions, and of course, unti-unti nakikita yung progress niya sa competition. Sa tingin nyo, magiging powerhouse ba tayo sa Asia itong jet ski? In your opinion?
Ganda ng question niya. Kasi archipelago tayo eh. No?
Oo, puno ng tubig eh.
Oo.
I see hope that everyone in the Philippine team right now will eventually get to the highest level because everyone here puts in the work and we all support each other.
Okay, last question kay Sir Paul na kaibigan natin at nakausap natin before. Sir Paul, alam naman natin marami tayo mga bagong sibol na mga kampiyon sa jet ski like si Anton, si Inigo Ventus, Christine Mercado, and the rest of the delegation na binabantayan at pinupost din natin sa Sports Corner page, FB page. What can you say about sa tremendous growth ng ating mga junior jet ski riders na susunod sa yapak ninyo and eventually magiging world champion katulad ni Anton? Thank you and good evening.
Masaya talaga kami po na nakikita natin yung progreso ng mga bata ngayon. Iba sila ngayon. Kung sabihin ka lang, itong batch na ito, at talagang kakaiba sa mga ibang batches ng kids before. It's not just like Anton right here, but these other kids that you mentioned, like Enzo, Angelo, Christine, Kyla, it just happens that their talent just came out. It's really one of a kind, and I have a lot of respect for these kids. I know what they sacrificed, and it's like a job as well for them. So what I appreciate with Anton is very humble, and he doesn't break under pressure, which is very different than from the rest of the young riders here. And it's a very pressuring thing for him to be in. And the kids now are really what set the tone for the national growth. And I could honestly say number 2 in Pilipinas dito sa Southeast Asia in terms of winnings. We have less riders on the islands, pero yung quality natin, puro gold, silver, bronze, finishing ito. And I'm very happy to see this happen, being a kid myself too.
Alright, thank you very much. Before we pass the mic to Alan Sanbon, who will ask the next question. How young is young? Well, si Paul muna. Sir Paul, how young is young na pwede mag-start?
Dito kasi may ibang categories na pinipili na yung nag-uuna ito sa junior class. The junior class basically begins with, you could be anywhere from 8, 10, and then they'll get these kids not to race with each other kasi masyadong delikado pa pag sinama sila sa karera. And they're not physically adept compared to the bigger kids in the teens. So the 8 to 10s do slaloms and time trials. And then you have the juniors that range from 10 to 13. And then 10 to 13 kids also do the same thing, time trials din sila. But then they're just more physically more mature. And then you have the last of the juniors, which are the 13 to 15. And these teenagers, na pwede na sila kumalera because they're teenagers at 13 and 15. So if you want to talk about what's wrong is wrong, I think it starts with the tender age of 8 years old.
Right. Yung mga 8 na yun, yung jet ski na malaki na yung hinahawa. Or there's a junior jet ski.
Halos hindi mo makita yung mga katawan nila.
I know.
Malaki ang helmet nila.
Mas malaki na yung helmet. Okay, Alan, go ahead.
Yeah. Yung tanong ko lang, curious lang ako kala
Ignacio family. Sa tagal-tagal ng sports ko, sa 1.5 to 2 million na presyo ng jet ski, how many jet ski do you have?
Oh, how many jet ski do you own now?
Ay,
Tsaka saan po siya
saan nakaparada?
So, here in the Philippines,
Wow, here in the Philippines. Sa ibang bansa, meron.
5, and in the US, 3, and in Thailand, two.
Nasa iba't ibang lugar po siya dito sa
Yeah.
Pilipinas.
You ship it kasi every race. And then we have a mechanic in Thailand that stores our jet skis, and in the US also.
Parang kanina sinabi niyo na no, isa sa mga matinding ka-competition or number 1 is yung United Arab Emirates saka yung Thailand. So, ikaw personally, sino yung matinding kalaban mo during that time na lumaban ka? Kamusta yung performance nung UAE and yung Thailand?
Everybody performed well actually, especially the UAE. They have the fastest category in the World Finals. So, number 1 and 2 was UAE, and then I think number 3 was the US.
Yung kalaban mo.
Oh. In my category, the second place was from Cambodia, Phil Sally, and from number 3, Germany, Nils Wittling.
Kamusta yung performance ng Thailand sa kanila?
Really, really good.
Talaga. Sabi mo kasi kanina nung tinanong ka namin, you have a girlfriend, di ba?
Yes.
Actually, the good question there.
Kasama mo siya.
Do you get admirers?
Kasi pag basketball, di ba? Parang, MVP, mga ganyan. Parang jet ski race, no? May admirers din.
I'm not so sure. I have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Girlfriend siya eh. So kung ano lang, just funny question lang, kung sakaling mag-jet ski kayong dalawa, saan mo dadalhin yung girlfriend?
Oh, maybe around the Philippines, like Boracay.
Nakasakay niyo siya sa jet ski.
Yes, she's nice.
Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you, Alan. Do you get support from the national government? No.
Not yet.
Unfortunately, even yung SEA Games delegation namin in 2023, which is si Mr. Rosario, si Anton, si BJ Ang, and si Louis Buisan. They were the delegation that represented the Philippines. Unfortunately, walang support. I think just a plane ticket.
Sabi ni Joyce, meron naman ka.
Sa kanyang pumunta ko eh.
Okay. Joyce, ikaw na magkwenta.
Meron naman. Siyempre, hindi lang siguro katulad dun sa ibang country compare. But they provided the accommodation,
Okay.
the meals,
Okay.
and there was pocket money.
Okay.
Supposedly for the crew also, because you have to apply the paper. And then also, ano ba?
Ticket lang.
Sponsorships po. May mga nag-sponsor siya sa kanya.
Yes, there are.
Ay, meron na rin. That's nice.
Is gear led by the Philippines, and then eyewear, Rudy Project, And then his mechanic also from Thailand, 777 Performance, and the tuner of his keys, Jumbo Tuner. And of course, the biggest sponsor, Worthy. But, yeah, gusto nyo, ito na naman. Maraming pang messages, marilagay yung pangalan ko.
Do you also do free clinics? For, let's say, may bata na nakatira sa beach, gusto na matutong sport, na ganyan. May mga ganun ba kayo free clinics?
Oh, that is one thing that I think JSAC will be doing. Actually, last year the plan was mentorship program.
Okay.
Which ang mag-mentor sa kanila, syempre yung bata, gusto nun yung mentor niya, yung idol niya. So, tapos yung mga yun, i-assign namin yung mga champions ngayon, like Anton, Angelo, sila Pat, sila ganyan. They will mentor the kids.
Okay.
Pero from time to time, si Paul Del Rosario bring yung mga world champion ng mga jet ski, yung mga world champion from Paul, that's from what si Kevin Ritters from Austria, to teach yung mga bata. Yun si Anton, yun tulungan ko sa, siyempre, iba pa rin experience ng mga those are 10-time world champions.
Alright. Any other question? Go ahead.
Just like from Radio Philippines Sports, would like to ask, Anton, first, regarding the race again, you won the novice, then the pro. What do you think would be harder if you would choose? What was the harder competition?
I'd say this year was way harder because there's just one person I'm against. He's 4 or 5-time world champion already, and everybody there is a world champion already. So I'd say this was a harder race and competition.
With regards for JSAP, what are your plans with regards to grassroots, especially we have tournaments now, the grassroots tournaments of the government are back, Kalamang Pambansa, Batang Pinoy, Philippine national teams. What are the plans of JSAP with regards to develop more athletes like Anton?
In terms of cohesion, first we want to get the country back together with some besides Mindanao and Visayas area. For example, has so many youth that we want to reach out to, pero it's hard for them to go to Manila. But now that our associations are all linked, this should be the very start and a great precursor for rider development, regardless of which region we're in this country. A couple more things I might want to add about Anton is he's the youngest Filipino world champion that we ever had here. And second, he's the first Filipino to win a Pro-Am World Championship. So,
The youngest world champion at 18, right?
Filipino world champion.
Filipino world champion. Any more? Any other questions? Oh, go ahead. May pahabol lang.
Okay. With regards sa suporta ng PSC at POC, kamusta ng suporta ng both entities with regards sa jet ski po, Sir Paul?
Maganda yung reception po nila, especially sa POC, they acknowledge it. When it comes to finances, we don't want to parang pressure them naman too much for any of these. Neither do they really want to extend so much because there are bigger sports, as you mentioned. This is quite niche, but it is growing also, and it's part of the SEA Games, which is also a very big deal for us and also for the community worldwide. And they are very receptive, and I am aware that along with President Hardy Shepherd, they are taking preparations for the 2025 SEA Games to be held in Thailand, and you can expect Anton to do very well for the country.
Is regarding like if what if a beginner wants to start doing jet ski like me, what would I need, what gear do I need, how much do I need to prepare monthly or annually?
For a beginner, I'd say first is the gear, helmet, vest,
Okay.
Gloves.
Okay. Is there a footwear?
Yeah, amber shoes is best.
Baka mahal naman yan eh. Okay, next. Ano pa nga?
And wetsuit.
Wetsuit. Okay.
That's like the basic.
Eyewear.
Yeah, helmet and goggles go together.
Magkano na lahat yun? Kasi kinakalculate na namin ng Trixie eh. Mga magkano na yun?
Also the back support and back protector. That's just for the beginners, but if you're racing, then you need more stuff like the back support, back brace, because they won't allow you if you don't have those during the races. Yeah.
Joyce, baka kung makakasagot kasi may tanong sa Trixie na parang how much daw?
How much annually, monthly, like how much?
Yung itatabi namin, budget namin. Robert, sige.
Well, if you will buy your ski, syempre, you buy the entry level first. Kasi hindi mo naman sigurado kung magugustuhan talaga yung bata. So that's around, I would say, 1.2 million.
My God.
But I think
So sorry for grabbing the mic, pero just to let you know, it does sound expensive, but the truth, people, the average racer with using used equipment, and these equipment would go anywhere from 300 to 500,000 pesos also. In regards to your question, Paul, it's really based on fuel and your time.
Okay.
You have to drive your car, you have to then put fuel on your ski, and then that's the major expenses, so you just have to count your hours and you just really spend, but it doesn't come out to be so much, especially the good part is quite economical these days. Because the jet skis are more reliable using the 4-stroke platform versus the 2-stroke before. Takbuhan, tapos sabi ni Mahalo, tukahin yung engine, but those days are gone. So now it's quite economical.
So you need at least what, 2 million, 3 million?
Not even close.
Five.
Initially, depending what class you race, if you get a good second-hand boat, you could start off definitely sub 700, 500, and that could be competitive and yet reliable too. And if you need the right people also in the industry, they could guide you also. There's no specific clinics, but there are the champions who could also appoint and said that you could come up to, and they guide you to do the right thing, wear the right thing, and how to practice. So maybe on a weekly basis, you could be spending, I would say, sub 4,000. That's probably much for your fuel and also your major expenses besides your meals and besides your time. So that's all you probably need to spend.
Sabi sa'yo, Trixie, badminton na lang tayo eh.
Well, actually, if it's a beginner, like Paul was saying kanina, we start them with the time attack.
Okay.
Hindi pwedeng beginner sa akin na sa close course race. In a time attack race, you use one jet ski. The association will provide the jet ski that you will use. Yes, it's not going to be that expensive. Kasi yung program na gusto gawin ng JSAP ngayon, dahil hindi naman natin sigurado kung gusto talaga ng bata. So we want to introduce them to the sport by doing the time attack, which the association will provide the jet ski for the race, for the time attack race. So siguro when practice, I think that's only about 5,000
For rental.
You can do a rental, di ba? And then may mga clinics naman. Siyempre yung mga older generations like sila Anton, they would love to pass on the knowledge to these new riders. So that we will be creating more good riders in the future.
Just a follow-up question, because I know one of the trainings Anton does is like doing weightlifting. So basically, what's do you have requirement for his calorie? I know, yeah.
Oh,
It
diet
uses
ba?
a lot of.
Me personally, I don't have a diet.
You eat anything?
I eat anything.
Pero yung workout?
Yes, I make sure to balance it and not eat too much.
Okay.
But after workout, yeah, I eat.
Mabilis na metabolism mo eh.
Yes.
You do a lot of core workout? workouts?
Core, lifting, sometimes cross-training, basketball, boxing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank
Thank you, Trixie.
Trixie, parang ganito na lang tayo. 89 lang yata sa TikTok yung sa Matena.
Who else? Go ahead.
Please.
Question lang po, Anton Ignacio, Sir Paul, paano po sa SEA Games, are there like any plans na nakalatan na pwede ng European League or pag-usapan mo?
I believe good question. Our President Harvey David works closely with the POC and he's been working very diligently with the board of JSA. The good news is there is inclusion for 2025 and we're almost going to lose that. All we needed was 5 countries to participate. Now we have Cambodia confirmed, Brunei confirmed, of course Thailand, and we have the Philippines and Malaysia, so Indonesia of course. So we're all happy that they're there. Now the next step is with the POC and our President Hari, and coordinating with Hari now. Hari is on top of it, and he's fixing this matter of accreditation and his endorsement letter to write back to the POC and for the POC to write back to the International Association.
Anton, ikaw? Olympics?
SEA Games.
SEA Games.
So for SEA Games, I'm still practicing every week. And SEA Games is next year, 2025. So I'm expecting to practice more and have more time on the water. Yeah.
How many po kayo? How many like you sa SEA Games na jet skiing mo?
Ang mag-represent ng Philippines sa SEA Games.
According to Thailand, I think there will be around 7 or 8 categories, which per category you are allowed to have 2 riders. So,
Kilala din ako kung sino yung kasama.
yes, yung Philippine team ngayon, of course, the champions over. Then syempre may mga bagong, yung iba kasi underage pa eh.
Okay.
Hindi pa sila pwede they have to be 16 for them to race.
In the SEA Games.
In the SEA Games and also sa World Finals.
World Finals.
May category niya, you have to be 16 naman. But there are some categories that like Paul said, 10 to 13, 13 to 15. Yeah.
The veterans.
And of course there are the veterans. Yung 45 and above.
Joyce, tama ba yung narinig ko? December 2025?
25. In Thailand.
Oh, next year, December.
Yeah, December 2025 is the SEA Games.
Okay, may video daw tayo na ipapakita. This was the
Championship. The most recent championship na napanalo ni Anton. Pro-Am. Okay, I'm gonna move right over here.
It's the white flag from Paul Castone. There is your race leader coming down the front straightaway. White flag out for that guy right there. Anton Ignacio out of the Philippines, sponsored by Robake Builders. 7-7 performance by Jumbo Tuner and the Rudy Project. Nice looking machine right there that he brought over from the Philippines. And he is riding that thing smooth, baby. He is smooth on that track like a hot knife through butter. Again, I'd like to say a very special thanks to our good friends from the NSDF, that is the National Sports Development Fund out of Thailand, one of our main sponsors here with the WGP1 Grand Prix Series. This is round number 2 for that series. Round number 3 will happen over in Thailand. We hope you can join us in Pattaya in early December for that one. Number 17. We got the camera on him because it looks like he is going to ride his way all the way to a world championship. There he is at the MasterCard booth. Time to make a choice. And his choice is going to be, I'm going to the outside, Blake. And there is the white flag is almost number 7. There is your race leader coming down the front straightaway. White flag out. Exit the outside straight. One final time. Here we go. Down the front straightaway out of the Philippines. Sponsored by Robic Builders. Anton Ignacio. Performance by Jumbo to the Philippines. The Ruby Project World Championship. Nice look at Michigan.
Good job! Alright. Meron pa daw tayong question right over here.
Can we pass the mic, please? Thank you very much.
Hello, ako po si Jimmy Riota. Meron pa akong page na diamondbalita.com saka course po ako sa mga tabloid. Tanong ko lang po, para sa inspiration po ng mga bagong gustong mag-jet ski, ano po ang price na nakukuha po din ng mga nagka-champion? Ayun nga po, ano.
Ganda. Millions din. Anton.
Yung price ka sa akin. Pero, there are some categories na merong prize fund, like in international races.
Okay.
Yung mga categories, they go as far as high as 450,000 baht in Thailand. So that we're talking about 700,000 pesos in that category. Meron naman, iba, 3,000 baht, 10,000 din. O may iba, ito ang price ng Pilihan. So, yun. May mga iba kasing events that they have cash prizes. Dito sa amin sa JSA, we don't really care dyan kasi alam naman lang yung mga bata ko kumaya ng bata sa pera. We want them to risk for passion. So, yeah, to answer your question, it's sometimes sometimes both.
Kasi iba din talaga pag ang inspiration mo, Mali. Diba? Minsan, we would hear stories ng ating mga kababayan na kaya sila nag-boxing kasi they wanted to, earn for their family, provide for their family. Mayaman na kasi yata kayo. Pero ako ba yun kanina? 450,000 baht? That's 774,000 pesos. Wow! Pag yun pa lang, bawi ka na. Yung sinabi ni Paul kanina na 700,000 yung initial niya. Any more questions?
Additional question.
Go ahead.
Kay Anton, what's next after nitong IJSBA World Finals sa US? Ano susunod ng pag-aandaan o magpapahinga ka na muna?
So in December, first week of December, we have a race in Thailand, K-Stop, in Pattaya. It's part of the triple round. So the first round was in Poland, second was this one, the World Finals in the US, and the third is Thailand.
So you had 2 already?
Yes.
Wow, isa na lang.
One more.
So,
Running first now.
it is the same lineup doon sa US ang papadala natin doon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sa ating mga parents, sina Robert at saka si Joyce, gaano ba ka-proud na makita na isang inaangahan at kinikilala ng world champion na sa sport na jet ski ang inyong anak? Joyce, ikaw muna. Then si Robert.
It's overwhelming and we're very, very grateful. Kasi it doesn't happen every day, especially when you have one child. And that's why we take every opportunity or every race as a blessing. Hindi naman araw-araw yung siya nanalo. So, we learn from experience and maybe that's the reason why he got better and better because we celebrate the losses and look at the things that he can improve on. I mean, seriously, kahit kasama namin, hindi magkakaaway kami. Para have fun at the same time. Kasi mapagod din, di ba? Pero, nako-correct niya and then finally he got it. So, I feel so grateful because this part not only is about the wins, but it really bonded the three of us. We traveled all over, tapos, we make sure that our crew, one thing, walang nag-aaway, kung may konting problem, syempre, minsan may panalo kami, pero okay lahat. So good vibes. I think that's the seeker.
Parang stress-free naman yung environment. Eh. Kasi
Yeah.
beach eh, di ba? Parang,
Yeah, although the race is stressful, but it's so fun that it's a blessing. So his win is also, I think, a bonus more than anything.
okay. Okay.
Before I answer the question, we would just like to welcome our President, Harley David.
Yay! Sorry, baka pwede magtanong ka rin.